News Talk 550 KFYI Election 2012. Presented by Medifast Weight Control Centers.
Thanks to the Medifast Weight Control Centers of Phoenix, I lost over 30 pounds over 3 years ago. It's not just weight loss, it's a lifestyle change, and it's not a miracle, it's Medifast.
Reporting live from the Republican National Convention in Tampa, Florida, Mike Broomhead.
Okay, we are at the final day of the Republican convention. We're in the hotel getting ready to go over to the convention center, and I'm with John Laurie, who is a Ron Paul supporter, but also, well, tell us a little bit about yourself, John.
My name is John Laurie. I'm from Gilbert, Arizona, and I came here to support Dr. Ron Paul in the presidential nomination, but that was one of the goals, but also to affect the Republican platform and bringing them back to their constitutional foundation.
Do you think that Ron Paul had an influence in this primary process, even though he didn't come out the winner? Do you believe that he made some inroads in his beliefs?
Absolutely. You know, Ron Paul did not get the nomination, but having said that, I do think that Ron Paul overall is a winner. This man has been preaching the same messages for over 30 years, and he's been consistent in delivering those messages. And now those ideas have actually been embraced and incorporated to the Republican platform. For example, an audit of the Federal Reserve Corporation, a serious look at going away from fiat currencies, and we're seriously looking at also a balanced budget amendment, internet privacy, declarations of war before we fund wars. So all these things are consistent within the Republican ideals, and also something that Ron Paul has been advocating for years and years and years, and we're starting to see them actually take traction. So in the end, I'd actually say Ron Paul has accomplished a lot more than people give him recognition for.
Now, yesterday, there was a video tribute to Ron Paul, and then Rand Paul spoke last night. Do you feel that that was enough for the Ron Paul supporters? Should Ron Paul have been given a bigger piece of the convention in your mind, or do you think it was adequate?
You know, I personally would have enjoyed listening to him speak one last time. I mean, he leaves a legacy of constitutional government. So, personally speaking, I would have liked to see him speak. But having said that, I think it's more important that we actually influence the Republican platform and the ideology. So that was a great accomplishment. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see Rand Paul take a leadership role within the Republican Party. And I think that is the bigger goal, to identify ourselves as Republicans and stick to our constitutional message. And I think we accomplished that.
You know, and I was noticing, I was paying attention when the video was playing of after it was over, the ovation that was given by the Ron Paul supporters, and then when Rand Paul spoke, it was a very, very big welcome, and they really received him well. What do you make of that? And tell us a little bit about the people that support Ron Paul and how they acted, in such appreciation.
Well, obviously, I think the legacy of Ron Paul, his epic career as an honest politician, a man that actually enters politics as an honest man and actually makes a difference, I think it speaks volumes, especially to Ron Paul supporters. And Rand Paul, of course, adopts a lot of those sympathies as well. So seeing Rand Paul take a leadership role again, I think is very compelling to the Ron Paul supporter, and we look forward to continuing our involvement in activity and then restoring constitutional principles.
Okay, what do you make of there were some people very vocal. There was some of the Ron Paul delegates from Maine that were, and causing trouble is the wrong word to use. They were very outspoken about their feeling like they were slighted here. And there was a word that there may be some issues today. How do you feel about that? And do you think it helps or hurts, or it makes no difference to the message that of Dr. Paul?
Well, the message will continue. But having said that, clearly Mitt Romney had the delegate votes to win the nomination. It really wasn't a huge question. But the Maine delegates were ousted unjustly, I believe, from the information that I've received. They were pulled out, and there were influences from outside of the state of Maine to pick those delegates, handpick those delegates. Even the Maine governor has boycotted the RNC as a protest of his duly appointed delegates. So there were injustices, absolutely. And I think all we're looking for is a fair say. And again, Mitt Romney had the numbers coming in here. We understood that. But to strip those delegates of those seats when Mitt Romney was going to win is probably unnecessary, and I think has caused a further division that was completely unnecessary and unavoidable. But having said that, I see a promising future as long as we can have an open and transparent system that everybody can have faith in.
And so when you spent the last few days with the majority of people from the Arizona delegation were here in support of Mitt Romney, what have you learned about the Mitt Romney supporters, and what do you hope that the Mitt Romney supporters have learned about you and the other Ron Paul delegates in Arizona?
Well, you know, the Mitt Romney supporters, we all want the same things. We want a limited government as defined by the Constitution that's going to protect the economic and civil liberties of the people as designed by the founding fathers. So, I mean, we actually have a lot of common ground. And I really tried to focus on those things, and I tried to let them know that, please don't paint me as just a Ron Paul supporter. Please approach me. I'd love to talk and have that discussion. This is a nomination process, and that infers healthy debate. And that's what I really wanted to define here was where do we stand as Republicans? What do we hope to accomplish? What is our platform, and who's going to best advance that platform? So I'm here as a fellow Republican to hold the Republican Party accountable and advance the ideals that we both embrace. And I think that we accomplished a lot. Just talking with people, we've gotten along great. And I actually enjoy the discussion. I'm happy people are willing to speak with me, and I really look forward to continuing to work with them. And I think they feel the same way.
Well, it's interesting because I've said on my show many times that I have less differences with Ron Paul and more differences with the Ron Paul supporters. It kind of lumped all supporters together. But I've got to tell you, you and the rest of the people in your group have changed my mind over the last few days. It's been a great discussion, and I like you, I enjoyed the debate and the discussion because I think that you are very honest people that have done a great job in the last few days, and I appreciate it. It's good to get to know you.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
All right, this is John Laurie with Mike Broomhead from KFYI. We're going to put this video up in just a little bit.